It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Top Out Brewery. This is their first Ascents series of beers, and this is their Scarlet Sauer Hibiscus and Orange Sour. Beer's coming in at 4.3% ABV in a 440 millilitre can, brewed in Edinburgh in Scotland. I don't have to read that bit or look it up because I've been to the brewery. Wonderful place. I just need a bit of a hand on how to kind of pronounce this. S-A-U-E-R. Sauer? Sauer? Anyway, yeah, help me out. I'm going to open this can up and get it into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. I'm going to use a Teku glass for this. I think it works. You can definitely put sour beer in this sort of glass. Wow, listen to that carbonation. Now, just by looking at that beer and seeing the head dissipate as quickly as sour. Yeah, Sauer, sour. S-A-U-E-R. Scarlet Sauer. Yeah, it's all... I'm like Inspector Morse, and I breaking up all the clues. So, with the head dissipating as quickly as it did, that indicates to me that it's going to be a really good sour beer. Really good sour beer. I bought sour beers in the supermarkets recently. Canned sour beers, and they've got a head on them. And you're almost scratching your head like, oh, why has this sour beer got a head on it? It shouldn't have a head on it. Sour beer should look like this. The head, if you give it a bit of a rigorous pour, should dissipate to nothing really quickly. That's a sign that you've got a good sour beer before you've even put it to your nose or tasted it. You know you've got a good sour beer if the head dissipates quickly. Slow moving carbonation. It looks like a glass of kind of raspberry jam, doesn't it? The colour of it. Nice and hazy. Let's get the aroma. Oh, yes. Yes, this smells good. Lemon and hibiscus. I'm picking up ginger as well. Whether the guys up in there Top Out have used ginger, maybe. You get the lemon. Hibiscus, I've had beers with hibiscus in before. It's a flower, it's a floral kind of aroma. But I'm picking more ginger up if I'm perfectly honest. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. It's nice. It's nice. But it's not really... You've all seen me drink. It seems like many moons ago now. It seems like a long time ago that I were reviewing the early sour beers, and I was like, oh God, this is really sour. And like, I remember saying, like, my face feels like it's being crumpled up like a used crisp bag. As you can see by the first reaction, there's none of that really. There's none of that kind of sour face kind of going on. And it's got a nice grainy, You know that sour, where you get the sourness in the beer and then you're very quickly hit with that kind of grain, that light wafer grain flavour. You're very quickly kind of hit by that, which is nice. I like that in a beer. I like that in a sour beer. But I want that hit. I want that big hit of sourness that's just not quite. It needs work, this one. I want the carbonation to really hiss, and as it did when it dissipated really quickly, I want the carbonation to really kind of hit me in the mouth, really kind of like psst, that hissy kind of, and then I want the sourness to make my face go, whoa, that's really sour. And then I want to taste the hibiscus, and then I want to taste the ginger and the orange in here. But at the moment, as things stand, as this beer is right now, it's just a hibiscus and orange ale. And that just doesn't work. That doesn't work. That there's not much excitement going on. There's not much in the way that makes you want to go, I'm drinking a really, really, really good beer here. I'm pretty sure the guys at Top Up Brewery. I mean, I've been to the brewery. I know the guys there. I'm pretty sure they're fine with me giving this kind of quite frank, quite honest beer review. Because it just means that they can kind of maybe go back to the drawing board a little bit with this beer and bring the sour levels up massively, and really get that beer carbon, you know, where you this. Here's a great example of a sour beer. The reason why this bottle, it's an empty bottle. The reason why I've kept hold of this is, number one, I got a really bad memory, and I would have forgotten about this beer if I didn't keep the bottle. But this is my favourite sour beer of all time. It absolutely tortured the inside of my mouth. It was like carbonation was ripping, like whoa, what's going on here? And the sourness was absolutely crazy, and you're like, whoa, what a and that's what you want. That's what the brewer wants you to experience. I reviewed this all the way back in 2015. It's now 2022. So I've had this bottle 7 years, this empty bottle 7 years. And it's just testament really for just how good this beer was, for me to keep hold of the beer and remember the beer. It's not often I remember beers because I've drank 8,000 of them. But when I get a great beer like that, I want to hang on to it. I want to hang on to the kind of, just to remember it, if anything. And it gives me a reference. It gives me a reference to the standard that every single brewer who is brewing a sour beer should be trying to hit. Yeah. Not a great one, this one. Not a great one. I think I've banged on about it enough now. I'm going to rate it. It's drinkable. It's refreshing. You get that nice, grainy, kind of wafer-like malty flavour that comes with the sour. You get the hibiscus. You get the orange. You definitely get some ginger in there as well. I haven't looked at the can, but I'm getting a kind of a ginger burn there in the throat. Just needs to be a bit more, just needs to be a lot more sour to me, as far as I'm concerned. It's a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.